Welcome back to my channel. Get ready for a story that won't let you sleep. A road story, a tale of voices in the dark, and a cursed bridge where many have lost their lives. Give me all your fear. They say that on the outskirts of a forgotten little town, there's a bridge no one dares to cross at night. It rises over a deep, black river, the water smashing against the rocks like the wails of the dead. The elders call it the Bridge of Whispers, but the younger ones, they call it the bridge where everyone jumps, because those who dare to cross through the fog never come back the same. This story happened to Raphael, a truck driver used to long, lonely highways. He was a strong man, no stranger to the silence of the night, but even he had heard the rumors about the bridge. Some said it was built on an ancient native burial ground. Others whispered that during the war, the bodies of the missing were thrown into the river below. That night, Raphael had a delivery he couldn't postpone, and the shortest route led straight across the bridge. The moment he saw it in the distance, a chill ran down his spine. The fog was so thick he could barely see the entrance. The rusted rails looked like bony hands stretching out to grab him. He lit a cigarette, trying to calm his nerves, and drove forward. The road turned into a narrow corridor of shadows. Even the sound of the engine began to fade, as if the very air was draining its strength. And then he heard it. A whisper. At first, it was faint, like the murmur of the river, but it grew clearer. A woman's voice, calling his name. Raphael, come with me. He glanced at the rear-view mirror, thinking someone had climbed aboard at a rest stop, but the seat was empty. He switched on the radio, hoping to distract himself, but every station was nothing but static. The voice came again. Closer now. Raphael, down here. An unnatural urge seized him, like invisible hands guiding his arms to turn the wheel toward the edge. He slammed the brakes. The truck screeched to a halt in the middle of the bridge. And then came the sound. Thud. Something had struck the truck's frame. Again and again, as if something or someone was climbing up from beneath. Shaking, Raphael stepped out with his flashlight. The beam revealed dark stains across the bridge's floor, wet footprints leading to the railing. He followed them carefully. The river roared below, but what froze him was the sight of a figure, a human shape made of mist standing at the edge. It had no face, no features, just a shifting silhouette that slowly turned toward him. Jump! This time the voice was inside his head. His legs moved against his will. Each step dragged him closer to the railing, as if the river itself was calling him down. He clenched his fists, fighting to resist, and just as he was about to lose himself completely, the blare of a horn tore through the night. Headlights pierced the fog. A small car was making its way across the bridge. A family inside, unaware. Raphael shouted, waving his arms, but the mist thickened, swallowing the beams of light. And then he saw it. The car turned on its own, as if pushed by invisible hands. The driver screamed, the tire screeched, and in an instant the vehicle crashed through the railing and vanished into the void. Silence. Only the river below. Raphael stood frozen. The bridge had spared him, only to make him watch. He staggered back, gasping, when suddenly the whispers returned. But this time, it wasn't just a woman. It was dozens of voices, low, high, children, elders, a macabre chorus repeating in unison, "Jump, jump, jump." The sound stabbed through his skull. He covered his ears, but the voices weren't outside anymore. They were inside him. Blood trickled from his nose. Dizzy, he stumbled back into his truck. The engine roared, but the truck wouldn't move. The bridge itself groaned, vibrating like a living thing. Rails twisted, nails screeched, the floor pulsed like a beating heart. The fog coiled tighter, wrapping around the truck like a predator. And then Raphael saw the impossible. On the railing appeared the same car that had fallen minutes earlier, intact. But inside, the family sat motionless, their eyes rolled white like empty dolls. He shut his eyes, muttered a desperate prayer, and floored the accelerator. This time, with a roar, the truck lurched forward, breaking free from whatever held it. Without looking back, he barreled through the mist until he reached the other side. When he finally stopped and stepped out, trembling, the fog didn't follow. It lingered at the bridge's edge, thick and impenetrable, hiding the horrors behind. Raphael collapsed to his knees, sobbing with relief, but as he looked at his truck, his blood ran cold. The metal was covered in handprints, dozens of them smeared across every surface as if the dead had tried to climb aboard. He lit another cigarette and swore never to return. Months passed. Raphael never told the police, never told his fellow drivers, but the rumor spread. Dozens had disappeared at that same bridge. Locals whispered the same warning. Those who hear the voices never come back. One night, at a roadside bar, another trucker sat beside him. "Brother," the man said, "have you heard of the bridge where everyone jumps? I crossed it 2 weeks ago, and I heard my name in the fog." Raphael's heart turned to ice. The curse hadn't let him go. It had marked him. From then on, every time he drove near the river, he felt them. Faces staring at him in the mirrors, whispers crawling into his ears. "Raphael, your turn will come." He knows the truth now. One day, he'll return to that bridge, because no one escapes forever from the place where everyone jumps. Thank you for staying with me until the end of this story. If you made it this far, it means you love horror as much as I do. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell, because many more tales wait for you in the dark. And remember, I'll always ask you, give me all your fear.